Hi, I'm Chris Thomas, LT class of 1997, and currently the general manager and instructor for WLTL Radio. Welcome home to Lyons Township High School. We welcome you back to your alma mater, Lyons Township High School, a place where we constantly and consistently affirm our century-old motto, Vita Plena, the quest for the fulfilling life. Our video today is going to explore some of the most historic as well as the most state-of-the-art facilities Lyons Township has to offer. Many of the locations will look different from when you were here, but a lot you're going to recognize immediately. We will even visit a spot few have ever seen before, namely the interior of the North Campus Bell Tower. You ready? Let's get started. Welcome home, Lyons.
Hi, I'm Ann Strickland. I'm a graduate of the class of 1983. I am standing in the interior of the main entrance at North Campus. One of the most iconic spaces at LT, the North Campus entryway, still houses the school seal inlaid in the terrazzo floor. The staircases and lighting fixtures have been carefully maintained and haven't changed since they were built in the early 1900s. One eye-catching improvement to note is the installation of stained glass windows donated by the class of 1996.
Hi, I'm Ed Piotrowski, class of 1995. I'm the Director of Human Resources for Lyons Township, and it's my pleasure to welcome alumni back to the building. We're here in the Rieber Center foyer. If you look at the tops of the walls on either side of the foyer, you will see the marble friezes of the Parthenon. These replicas portray mortals and gods. You'll find Zeus, Apollo, Poseidon, Aphrodite, and more. These casts were donated by North Campus architect Joseph Llewellyn from his private collection. Also in the foyer is the LTHS Hall of Fame, a tribute to alumni who have gone on to do extraordinary things, from Nobel Prize winners to entertainers, from Pulitzer Prize winners to business moguls. The Hall of Fame gives LT a chance to honor great men and women and gives students something to aspire to.
Happy virtual homecoming weekend. My name is Toby Cassell and I'm the Assistant Language Arts Chair at Lyons Township High School. I'm a 1984 graduate of LT. Fun fact, I've had 3 children who've graduated from LT, and my daughter is currently a senior on the LT girls swim team. The community room, originally constructed in 1928, it was once used as a small theater with its own stage. It has long been used as a gathering and meeting place for the entire LT community. In the 1930s and 40s, it hosted club events and dances. Kitchen facilities were installed in 1954, paid for by the Homeschool Council. In the 1958-1959 school year, it became a student lounge. Currently, it is used for special events, a senior citizens Thanksgiving luncheon catered by LT culinary students, guest speakers, community meetings, classroom activities such as a Great Gatsby roaring 1920s costume event, National Signing Day when student athletes sign to play college athletics, and believe it or not, even a wedding or two of LT high school sweethearts.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Adamson from the class of 1990. I've had the honor of teaching English, radio, TV, and film here at Lyons Township High School since 1995. Throughout the decades, LT has always produced talented performers in the theatrical, vocal, and instrumental arts. And this is where most of those performances take place. Welcome to the Rieber Center. Originally known as the Auditorium and designed by architect Joseph Llewellyn, it was dedicated in June of 1928. LT's class of 1928 would be the first to graduate in the new auditorium. Previous classes held their graduations at the LaGrange Theater. Originally, it was a 1,300-seat auditorium, complete with a balcony and 2 organ bays. The primary use of the auditorium was for Sunday Evening Club, which featured world-renowned speakers, including Amelia Earhart, the Smothers Brothers, and Count Basie. Over the years, students would assemble in the auditorium to listen to the Cubs play the World Series in 1935, as well as hear the proclamation of war by Franklin D. Roosevelt following the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. In the fall of 1972, the auditorium would begin its transformation into the Rieber Center and was dedicated to Superintendent Donald D. Rieber on April 9, 1974. Today's Rieber Center underwent major renovations in 2015 complete with state-of-the-art acoustics and lighting. When you're in town, come check out a performance.
Hi, this is Ed Piotrowski again, and now I'm in the North Campus Board of Education room. This room is host to monthly Board of Education meetings and weekly administrative team meetings, but what makes this room special is the collection of original seascape paintings by Charles Vickery. A 1931 graduate and member of the LTHS Hall of Fame, Vickery is often regarded as the finest seascape artist of our time. His oil paintings and limited edition prints are in private collections and galleries in all parts of the world. Vickery donated these prints to LT over the course of decades. Former Superintendent Dr. Dennis Kelly collected these prints from various offices and meeting rooms scattered across the district. He had them matted, framed, and hung in the boardroom for all to enjoy. LT commissioned Vickery for an original painting of the North Campus bell tower for the launch of the Alumni Association almost 20 years ago. A print of the original is free with every lifetime membership.
Hi, my name is Marcy Lingo. I'm the cafeteria manager at Lyons Township High School, and I graduated in 1978. As part of the $24.4 million renovation project in 2014, the cafeteria underwent complete renovation. The remodel included increased seating, skylights, and an addition of 1,700 square feet of the highest clarity glazed windows to allow for maximum natural light. Today, 2,000 students are split into 4 25-minute lunch periods every day. The beautiful new cafeteria reopened in 2015.
Graduates take many different paths when they leave LT. Some choose to trade in their LT blue and gold for dress blues and camo and enter a life of military service. Welcome to the Wall of Honor. Installed in 2019, just outside the student cafeteria, the LT Wall of Honor pays tribute to the service and sacrifice of our alumni and showcases the district's military history. The Wall of Honor features a searchable database of LT veterans, 2 murals painted by students, plaques paying tribute to veteran graduates, and interesting facts and figures regarding LT wartime activities and support.
Hi, I'm John Grunke, the athletic director here at Lyons Township High School, and also a 1990 graduate. In 1952, a pedestrian walkway known as the tunnel opened to allow for travel between the main building and the Vaughan building. The tunnel is just one of the features that makes LT unique. It is still used today, especially when the weather is bad, and looks nearly identical to when it first opened nearly 70 years ago.
Hello, alumni. This is Bill Allen, class of 91 and current supervisor of LTTV. Check out this amazing video produced by one of my former students, Abby Best, showcasing the interior workings of the LT bell tower.
Before we head inside the field house in the Vaughan building, let's take a look at the 1,300-pound crest that was installed in front of the building. In honor of LT's 125th anniversary and the Alumni Association's 10th anniversary, the Alumni Association spearheaded its one and only fundraising effort to present LT with an all-class gift. It was so successful, not only 1, but 2 school seals were donated and installed in 2013. The Vaughan building was constructed on the site of LT's old athletic field, Emmon Field. It was named after Leonard H. Vaughan, president of a seed company and a former school board president, who funded the construction of the building to be used for sporting events and classes. It was dedicated in May of 1951. The original entry gates to Emmon Field were kept as testament to the past. The new gym, now known as the Field House, was built to hold 3,000 and designated to be used for commencement and large music festivals. The smaller gym, now known as the Vaughan Gym, was built with an adjoining stage and a motorized partition instead of a curtain. The partition was permanently closed and the stage area has been turned into the current weight room. Bennett Field was dedicated on October 12, 1968, and named in honor of Charles Bennett, Director of Athletics and Chairman of the Boys Physical Education Department. He coached the Lyons Township football team for 21 years and won 11 West Suburban Conference championships. Players he coached include future Buffalo Bills and Denver Broncos head coach Lou Saban.
So far, this first half has taken an hour and a half.
That is a very long time for the first half. It almost feels like half.
Drops back, throws over the middle. Ball's over the middle, and it is. What a play. The 20, the 10, and no one's going to get him. Touchdown, Lions.
Hi, my name is Kurt Johns. I'm a 1998 graduate from Lyons Township. I am currently the Physical Welfare Division Chair here at LT. The field house is 42,000 square feet and includes a running track with flexible space for soccer, volleyball, badminton, baseball, golf, and more. It allows upwards of 2,000 students to gather on bleachers in one place for assemblies and events. Every fall, it is transformed into a dance club for more than 3,000 students for the homecoming dance. Hey, we're here now in the South Campus pool facility. This is an area that is kind of near and dear to my heart. Prior to my current role, I was the head girls swimming and diving coach here at LT for 8 years. The pool opened at South Campus in 2006 and holds 400,000 gallons of water and is a double-length 6-lane pool separated by a movable bulkhead. There is ample deck space and spectator seating. Before the pool was built, the LT diving team had to practice and hold meets at a nearby high school because LT's North Campus pool was not deep enough for diving. Since its opening, girls water polo was named state champs in 2010. Boys water polo took state in 2012 and 2015, and boys swimming and diving were named back-to-back state champions in 2016 and 2017.
Hi, my name is Mary Craigs. I graduated in 1980. Welcome to the Performing Arts Center. The Performing Arts Center reopened in 2006. It replaced the multipurpose room. It seats more than 300 people. It's called the PAC. It's home to Corral programs, smaller theater productions, and folk festivals and performances. The front curtain weighs 200 pounds, and there are more than 60,000 feet of audio, video, and control cables in the theater. The seats were custom manufactured in Bogota, Colombia.
Hi, Ann Strickland again, class of 1983. This time I'm at South Campus and I'm standing in the Corral. In 1943, students established the Corral, and with 1,000 members became the largest youth center in the nation. It opened its doors in a downtown LaGrange garage in the spring of 1944. Construction of the new Corral building, built next to South Campus, began in 1957. The peak years of the Corral were 1960s and 1970s. During this time, the Corral had more than 3,000 members, was open an average of 130 nights per year, and hosted 300 to 1,000 students at any time. In 1980, the LT Youth Organization eventually sold the Corral to LT after being unused for over a decade. In 1996, the Corral reopened. The space was furnished with large screen TVs, a professional sound system, and table games. Today, a small portion of the Corral is set aside for classrooms, but the remainder is used by LT students as a place to socialize after school and on the weekends.
Hi, and welcome to WLTL Radio, on the air since 1968 here at Lyons Township High School. Quite a few things have changed if you were an early student at WLTL. We were on the third floor of the Vaughan building, but in the 80s we moved down here, brought all these records with us, which we don't really play much anymore, but some students do. And as you can see, we talked about how LT is living in the past a little bit with our history, but also state-of-the-art now. Everything's digital and computerized. And if you don't live in the area, you could even listen online now at WLTL.net or downloading our free phone app available on our website. Tune us in whether you live local or live far away. We'd love to hear from our alumni, and give us a shout out on WLTL.
We decided we needed to raise some money. So that was the first idea of Rockathon, and it only was 40 hours. More than raising the money, it's having the students, the staff members come together and work towards a common cause. Camaraderie that the students gain over this 88 hours is really a wonderful thing.
Hi everybody, Bill Allen, class of 1991, and currently the supervisor of television services here at LTTV. As always, LT tries to maintain the best of everything for their students. And LTTV has evolved tremendously in the past 4 decades. All of our students now have access to some of the best industry-level equipment available, and they learn great software, and they have tons of hands-on opportunities to practice digital filmmaking and television. So hopefully you'll have a chance to check out some of our content on YouTube, on our local cable channel, and support the current students who are working really hard to produce a lot of coverage here at Lyons Township High School.
LT's coming into this game 3-0. Welcome back to LTTV's live election night coverage, and what a wild, wild race it has been. Who would have predicted that Trump at this point would not only be in the lead, but now has an 80% chance by some metrics to win the presidency? And now we have a special report from our very own Max Beadle. Max, take it away.
Well, guys, let's switch gears a bit and talk about the Senate race.
The next category is Sports Live Event. Here are the very worthy nominees.
Blackout Game, Lyons Township High School.
So here's the AWARD for Sports Live Event. Goes to Blackout Game, Lyons Township High School, Chicago, Midwest.
There's a decade of darkness put into this game. It's witnessed glory and heroics. The Blackout Game is a living, breathing
I hope you enjoyed your tour of Lyons Township High School today. And while there's so much more we could show you, on behalf of the Alumni Association, we trust that you recognized a few places and hopefully reminisced about a few more. We encourage all of our alumni to keep up with the happenings at LT and visit our district website at www.lths.net. Besides current events, you could view our history page and log on to the alumni site and reach out to your fellow classmates. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tour. We enjoyed giving it to you, and happy homecoming.